Don't you remember what happened at our wedding, Tom? Carly stirred the pasta sauce at the stove. He got fitted 2 weeks before the wedding, then gained 10 pounds from nervous eating. I remember. Tom came back into the kitchen. Anything else you need on the table, Carly? We're starved. Mike patted Tom's shoulder. You're always starved. I think you must still be a growing boy. Carly passed Mike the pasta bowl, then opened the fridge door, peering inside. Here, Tom, take the salad, and I'll give Sarah the pasta sauce. In just a few minutes, they sat around the table, passing serving dishes around, scooping portions of spaghetti and sauce onto their plates. Once the first helping disappeared, dishes made the rounds for seconds. Carly sat back, appetite satisfied, as her 2 favorite men stuffed themselves. She stood to clear the table. Sarah reached over and touched Carly's arm. Sit down, Carly. Tom and I can clear the table. You already did all the hard work of cooking. Tom mumbled unintelligibly, his mouth still full of food. Carly sat again. Not one to stand on ceremony, she rested her elbows comfortably on the table. Finally swallowing, Tom spoke. How are the wedding preparations going, Carly? Anything we can do to help? Mustering her best smile, Carly shook her head. The church is set, the flowers and cake ordered, telephone invites have gone out, the caterer is booked. Oh, wait a second, let me get my notebook. She rose and went to the small table near the telephone in the kitchen that served as her unofficial working zone. This notebook has all the information I need to get this wedding done on time and on budget. She fumbled through some junk mail she needed to toss in the recycle container. Hold on, I made a note this afternoon about the photographer. I put the book right here to remind me to call first thing in the morning. But the notebook wasn't there. Frantically, she pawed through the supermarket flyers and a couple of magazines that had come in today's mail. The small wire coil book wasn't there. Leaning against the kitchen wall, she thought, someone must have taken the notebook. Which was silly, of course. Why would anyone want to take it? She and Mike were the only ones in the house this afternoon, and he wouldn't dare touch the book. He'd already told her in no uncertain terms that the wedding was in her hands. He wanted the young couple to elope. In fact, he'd offered them money, figuring if they skipped the big ceremony and reception, they could save money. Belatedly, Carly realized he was probably right. Still, she didn't want to see her only son married without notice. And the fact he was her stepson, not her natural-born, didn't change her feelings on the matter. Drawing a couple of deep breaths, Carly tried to reason where she had put the notebook. Without that information, she'd have to look up names and numbers again, and the notebook contained all her notes on verbal agreements with suppliers. Ugh, this couldn't be happening. Mike leaned against the door leading from the dining room. Carly, what's taking you so long? Just a minute. She sifted through the pile of papers. I can't find the notebook. Had she used the notebook somewhere else in the house? Between her panicked breathing and the rustling papers, she didn't know Sarah had come into the kitchen until the woman stood at her elbow. Carly? Carly looked up. I need to get you a bell. You're so quiet. Sarah chuckled. Come back in and finish dinner. We'll help you find the book later. You're right. I can remember the few things we need to talk about for now. Rejoining the men in the dining room, Carly sat down in her chair, her energy dripping away like a leaky faucet. Funny how worrying about something made her so tired. Mike reached over and patted her hand. She smiled at him. He always managed to lift her spirits. She drew a deep breath before reciting the preparations already seen to, checking them off on her fingers. Church, minister, organist, music, guests, caterer, attendance, all confirmed. Oh, yes, and flowers. Hall decorations, party favors, cake. She paused, furrowing her brow as she concentrated.